What's going on, diecast collectors? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, returning once more to bring you all a NASCAR diecast review on Landon Cassill's 2017 Starkey Hearing Foundation Ford Fusion for Front Row Motorsports in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Yeah, all that I just stated is probably gonna definitely take some age out of you folks, but let me tell you what, I got to give a quick shout out to my good buddy Boot34 Diecast, because I was able to pick this diecast up for a really good price, because what I'm showing you guys is a pretty rare car to find, because we rarely get any diecast of this guy right here. So I hope you guys are ready to land on a Cassill, because we are going to go ahead and start this diecast review and the unboxing of Landon Cassill's 2017 Front Row Motorsports car. And alrighty folks, we got this diecast out of its box, and I know there are going to be a lot of people who are like, how is this thing? I mean, many of you guys probably who are new to this channel, you probably have never even heard of this diecast before. Oh God, did I already start off with a bad pun? I guess you could say the whole world may have heard that. Okay, with all the hearing jokes out of the way, I want to say, give a quick shout out to anybody who does have hearing issues. I mean, I know that's definitely something that takes that definitely does make life a lot more, harder to go by. But speaking of harder to go by, guys, I don't know what's going on with these Ford headlights right here, but God dang, it looks like this thing's squinting at me like, hello, Ford Fusion. Shout out and comment below if you guys missed the Ford Fusions, because that was an interesting time. But this is the Starkey Hearing Foundation car that I believe Landon Cassill only drove at the March Phoenix race, or I'm sorry, what was well known, it wasn't the Phoenix race. It was, you guys remember this? If you guys watched the 2017 season, I mean, I did, since I was a Truex fan, but it was at ISM Raceway. Holy crap. Remember they renamed that race? They even called it like Jeff Gordon Raceway for like one race when he retired. God, Phoenix has just been through so many changes, including this guy right here, Landon Cassill, who I think the last time we have ever heard about Landon Cassill, sorry, I do not mean to make these hearing jokes. I'm so sorry. It's just so hard for me to do. But yeah, the last time we heard about Landon Cassill, I'm showing you guys a nice little 360 review of this. I think it was like back when he drove his, for that number 10, it started with the V, the Voyager car, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I did a review on that before. So this ain't the first time I reviewed a Landon Cassill car before, but this is back in his days with Front Row Motorsports when they were still kind of underfunded team. And I know some people are going to be like, how come there's no window banners right here? Well, we had a certain sponsor, if you guys saw in the introduction, which was called Monster Energy, that sponsored the series in 2017. And yeah, we had diecasts like this, and I think there are a lot of people that really underlook this car. They probably will consider this pretty boring, as we do got a pretty bad decal issue right here. I mean, that line right there does look pretty slanted. It almost looks like someone definitely did not level this car out. But a very interesting car that, again, it is a very, very rare car. I mean, if you end up getting any kind of Landon Cassill diecast, speaking of which, I think I still got to review his number 5 National Guard car that he drove in the what was known as the Nationwide Series. But yeah, this is so interesting, guys. I mean, I have reviewed other Front Row Motorsports diecasts before when they were on the Gen 5 car, but man, dude, this is well, not Gen 5, the Gen 6. Heck, it almost looks like a Gen 5 car if you look at it. Heck, oh man, but hey, I guess you could say I didn't really care to do my research about this car, but and hopefully you guys are gonna be breaking for trains, especially if you live in Florida. Well, heck. But yeah, the Landon Cassill, the famous Landon Cassill that's, basically called out Danica Patrick, I mean, from that one race like many, many, many years ago. Rule number 1, stock car racing, learn how to wreck someone without wrecking yourself. Yeah, boy, that's the day I became a Landon Cassill fan. I think low-key everyone was, but he just never really had, I guess you could say, he didn't really have like the best raw speed, I guess. Like, I mean, he was able to beat Joe Logano in this Phoenix race, or I'm sorry, the ISM race. God, that was such a stupid name. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people would be like, well, okay, you don't have to spend like 10 minutes reviewing this car, but it is such a rare diecast, guys. I mean, and it's such a unique color combination that I know it may look a little darker on camera, but probably with the post-editing, it will look decent. Such a unique car. I mean, and this is why I love collecting diecasts like this, because heck, I bet, I mean, comment below if you guys have never seen this car before ever, or maybe I've just gone crazy, but I think the main reason why I do like this car, I remember my good buddy Robbie Noonan used to review this car before he took out most of his NASCAR reviews, but oh my god, dude, this is such a cool diecast. And shout out to anybody who is familiar with the Starkey Hearing Foundation. I think they make hearing aids too, so heck, if anybody you know, uses them, or anybody who has a family member that uses them, I guess this review definitely goes out to anybody out there, because I do like reaching out to a broad audience. But speaking of that, guys, I think it's only appropriate for me to showcase now the side-by-side comparison of another Front Row Motorsports car, and hopefully you guys are gonna love this one. Oh god, I gotta stop with these. The cringe meter's gonna be going through the roof right now. Whatever though. Sometimes you gotta embrace the cringe. But here is the Michael McDowell K-Love car from 2018, which, again, if this is your first time seeing this car, I probably recommend you guys subscribe to this channel, or watch this review that you're watching right now, and this review as well, which will be down here on the top right, not left, Brian. I need to know my rights and lefts. I should know that. Hopefully it'll be positive and encouraging for y'all, but but yeah, dude, what an interesting car. I mean, this is probably the best car I had to showcase to show you guys the differences in the grills and the front noses, but you can definitely see, I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to the Ford Fusion, because the Ford Fusion looks pretty normal on here, and I don't know, that just looks, they both look like, I don't know, like funny faces, like if you really think about it. Oh man, I love it when these cars have some character to them, even when they have those stubby spoilers. God, those stubby spoilers are something else. But getting onto this side right here, definitely a random comparison, but this is the closest thing I have to compare this to, because like I said, there's not many Landon Cassill diecasts out there. I mean, unless you got his 2022 car, like I said before earlier on this review. But just such an interesting color combination. This is when Front Row Motorsports definitely literally took any sponsor they could, because they were still a pretty underfunded team. I mean, I don't really consider them underfunded anymore, guys. We're going to probably see maybe this 34 car, not Cassill, but I mean, who drives it now? Like Todd Gilliland and Lane Riggs in the truck series. But just, man, dude, I mean, it just shows you just how much history Front Row Motorsports has with this car. And if you guys can find this, like I did for my good buddy Booth 34 Diecast, recommend you guys checking it out. Heck, maybe if Spoiler Diecasts probably have it, you guys check them out. They do have a previous collection page now, just like Circle B Diecast. But yeah, comment below if you have anything else to share about this car, as I think we could probably, I don't know, can we get to 34 likes on this review? I doubt it, but it would be pretty cool. Who doesn't like underfunded drivers, right? But anyways, comment below what you have to say about this car, as I think we're going to be, I guess you could say, starting our way off into the end of this diecast review. So this has been it right here for the Landon Cassill 2017 Starkey Hearing Foundation Ford Fusion for Front Row Motorsports in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Comment, like, subscribe. This has been OBB, the diecast news guy, and I will see y'all next time on another NASCAR diecast review, and I hope you can hear that for now.